All right, good morning. We're here for the final day of BPAA Bowl Expo here at the Orange County Convention Center in Orlando. And our next guest is, let's see, the Vice President of Sales with Kegel Products, Gus Falgien.
Thank you, Bill.
Great
Pleasure
to have
be
you here.
Thank you.
Probably not the most known person out there, but being on the World 10-Pin Bowling Association Technical Committee, you get to do a lot of the work behind the scenes, correct?
Absolutely. And, what most people don't know is my background obviously was Lanes, John Davis. I did the women's tour for many years, the PBA, and I'm still as active in lane maintenance on that side as anyone. I'm in charge. I run all the tournaments.
Right.
So where the machines are going, still do the setup for both the men and open championships. So I'll be in Abu Dhabi for the World. So I'm still heavily involved on the lane maintenance side as well.
Yeah,
yes.
Being what they call a lane pattern specialist. So kind of, I guess, what you've got to do is you've got to go into a bowling center, see what you got to work with, and then design a pattern that's going to create the desired effect.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
what's involved with seeing what's out on the lane? All the lanes are the same, aren't they?
You would think so. But that's not always the case. You got many different synthetics out there now. You got many different topographies out there. Every bowling center is unique to its own. So really what you ultimately do is we go there, check the lanes a little bit more, get an idea of the atrophies of the lanes, and ultimately at the end of the day you watch ball motion. You watch a ball go down the lane and you make your adjustments off what your eyes are telling you.
Yeah, back in the Lenny Nicholson Sambaka day, you'd have the pro tournament and it'd go the first day, and we never changed the shot. But now you might have to make some subtle adjustments as you go along.
Yeah, it really depends on the tournament you're at. At the Open Championships and that, we typically go in with an idea and design a pattern for what we're looking for. For the World 10-Pin, with Kevin and those, we have blocks. So you got your shorts, your mediums, and your long. And really what you're doing is you can't alter any of those patterns. They're as is. So now what you do is really try to choose the right pattern from the right block to match the center.
So going to the USBC Open Championships, last year you had the team event in the doubles and singles with two different patterns. And this year, the two patterns were tweaked a little bit. What made you want to change them?
I mean, again, ultimately, it's, Brian Lewis, who is no longer there, and Eric Pearson and Dwayne Hagan, the tournament managers, will sit down and kind of get an idea. They'll say, we felt this was maybe a little too low scoring. This, can we alter there? And really what you're trying to do is balance the two out. Now that we have history of singles and doubles and two different patterns, to come up with, what they want to do. I mean, ultimately, the end of the day, our job is to try to put out a pattern we think has integrity and allows everyone to have a chance,
So the way it's been going lately is we'll do 2 years in Reno. So you're used to that type of environment. You know what the different lanes are going to do. But now next year we're going to be going to El Paso, new build. What complications are you going to have there other than not knowing until basically the last minute what you're going to get to play with?
Yeah, I mean, and that's usually we're in there. Once construction's done, lanes have been approved, everything's done, we usually will come in about a week before the tournament. And we'll run some local sweepers or some things to again, see the environment. One thing that it is a new build, but we have history-wise, to a certain degree, is the women were in El Paso. So we have a relative idea of the climate, the dirt factor in the convention center and that. So we have a little bit of history, but ultimately, again, we go in there, we have an idea, and we try to do the best we can with the tools we have.
Okay, and now we're going to be adding another arena in Vegas. Going to be very similar to Reno, or quite a bit different?
I mean, talking to Mike Monyak, from South
Right.
Point, the bowling center will have all of our equipment, lane maintenance and all that, so that's a good thing. the environment is a little bit different than Reno as far as how the build is and the building and that. But I expect, they do a great job, Brunswick installation and Mike Moniak and that. So I expect it to be a fantastic facility from what I've seen. I personally haven't been there yet.
Yeah, because talking with Mike being a bowler, he's been to enough nationals, being at the stadium, kind of, we're going to improve this, we're going to improve that. So I think the bowling world is waiting to see what the improved version of a bowling stadium is going to be like. And Reno National Bowling Stadium is always going through transitions. It's great to see that we have these meccas of bowling and wait for one to get on the East Coast. I mean, we have a nice little 12-lane center over there in Lake Wales.
Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's exciting, that you do have people, continuing to invest, and South Point stepping up to build, what is going to be a fantastic facility for many years. I think from a bowler level, it's new. It'll have excitement. I expect entries will go up simply just because people want to go there. Long term, will it become a Reno where people get tired of going there, or have an opinion of it? I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I mean, everyone likes going to Vegas, I guess, so maybe you don't get bored of Vegas.
Now, Chris Chartrand will be upset, obviously, if we don't talk a little bit more about this little paradise in Lake Wales. So people identify, the training center. But that's just kind of the tip of the iceberg. What pays the bills is your side of the wall.
Yeah, and what's unique, again, is we're one of the few manufacturers that do A to Z. I mean, when it comes to the chemicals we produce, that's all done in-house. There is no outsourcing there. So from the moment the raw goods come in, to mixing, to jugging, to QCing, everything's done in-house. So we got a 75,000 square foot building that really houses the main core of the bowling aspect, with the 12-lane facility that houses the training center and everything else. And what's exciting for us is we've actually just, the building behind us became available. We've just purchased that. That's an additional 40 to 50,000 square feet, and that'll house the machining aspect of our business. So all of our CNC machines, lathes, everything from the exciting pin center parts division will all be housed in that. So we're growing and continually looking ahead. You know.
And for those that have had an opportunity to do the behind-the-scenes tour, and you see all these vats that Brandy concocts all of her little stuff with, but to see the lane machine assembly lines, I mean, every nut, bolt, wire is done right there.
Correct. Everything we can control, we control. Even if we're buying from vendors, when those parts come in, we thoroughly go through those, because the end result is it's going in our machine. So we want to make sure everything is done. And most people, I mean, we always have an open door policy. Tell people, if you're in Florida, anywhere, and you want to drive by, all you got to do is stop by. We'll take you around the building and show you everything. And people leave there going, I had no idea that much effort or that much stuff goes into, I hate to say it, but waxing some lanes, So it's pretty exciting, and people get a different view of seeing that and really understanding that versus, where they might not even understand, what the chemical is that's even on the lane.
Yeah, yesterday, a couple of hours from now, Steve Cross was sitting right there and received the
Jim Jarzak
Award. And it's amazing how many people that John Davis was actually able to assemble. I mean, I've kind of looked at it, it's like a pirate ship. He's taken all these individuals that are really great in their position and put them together to gel into such a great company like that.
Yeah, I mean, our number one goal, as John will always, strive to create was, tech support, take care of your customers, do the right thing, say what you do what you say, and that's what we live by. And his number one goal is tech support. You have, if I'm going to build a product, I need experts to handle that product. And we're very lucky. If you look at the average person that's been at Kegel, a lot of us are over 10 years. I mean, and simply because we love this industry, we love the game, and we've all been there at 3 in the morning with, no answers to a problem. And we've felt that. We have the empathy that we know, and we don't want people to experience that and give them answers if they have questions.
Yeah, because it's been amazing that that phone line has been available, because proprietors have problems any time of day. Laneman comes in to do lanes at 6 in the morning. It's not working.
Hey, I've been there at 5 in the afternoon with Bowler standing beside you, and you're looking at a machine that's not running, and everyone's, the eyes are on you. So, we don't want that to happen.
Yeah, so that's been great. And you talk about the number of years. I know walking through the walls, there are placards of people
Yes.
that have worked there. And I mean, still being listed as a guest coach. I know I started there at 99 when it was Herbie's and
down
Sebring.
Yep.
And the amount of changes that have evolved from that wow, I mean, this is quite a concept. And as I say, when people see the tour behind the scenes, and I never knew there was that much to it. It's just a lane machine. So talking about a lane machine, quickly, we got the Flex.
Correct.
So what's new on the Flex that was different from the Lane Walker, or?
Well, really, we've tried to really evolve, and coming from the sport models to the new Flex, which we introduced last year, was really, again, flexibility. Everything we do, our core is about the sport of bowling, but we're also not naive to understand numbers and where certain businesses are. So really, it's about giving the tools today so the proprietor can really fine-tune his ability to every group, whatever group that is. And if he needs a different oil for this group and a different oil for the higher-end clientele, make that job easier for him. So the Flex is about simplicity to accommodate the growing and changing market of a proprietor's lane maintenance schedule today. So we're pretty excited about it.
Yep. So the John Davis legacy continues and will continue
Absolutely.
to continue.
Absolutely.
So I want to thank you for being with us
Thank you. I
today.
appreciate
We'll
it.
let you go back to work, see if we can sell another couple of machines.
All right.
Pay the bills.
Chris will probably
So where
like
can people find, not necessarily the Kegel Training Center, but Kegel itself? Website, phone number?
Yep. Kegel.net.
Easy enough.
Easy enough. The training center has one, and all the links to all the others are right on the homepage of Kegel.net. And we're about 45 minutes away, right down I-27.
There you go. Yep.
Come see us.
All right.
Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate it,
Thanks
guys.
for being here.
Cheers.